Hi, everyone. Good evening and welcome to another night of Jersey Shore Basketball League. Dan Yuzerski and David Smith, and the first one of two between the WCT Warriors and the Intern Helpers. As we're about to tip off here at 7:04. Ian Emegwu and Alex Liba will jump for it. Emegwu was putting on a show in warm-ups.
Yeah, I saw a windmill. I saw a nice little cocked back reverse, too.
As WCT wins the tip. Here's sharpshooting going to be sophomore year Abdi Bashir, and right away a three.
Yeah, you talked about it. That's his game. He's a great shooter. You got to be able to close out on him.
As Liba lays it in, and it's 3-2. Here's Ryan Pettit. Gives up top to Jorge Mercado, who missed the three. Pettit the rebound. He tries a three of his own off the front of the rim, no good. Liba the rebound. And here comes the Intern Helpers, who lost on Thursday night to Larson Ford. Here's Taheen Braswell, pulls from the top of the key, didn't get it to rattle down. That's something he struggled with on Thursday night as they pushed the pace. Here's Mercado, gives to Pettit, up top. Ian Emegwu didn't get the three to go. And then a turnover. Braswell missed connection with Chris Smith, brother of J.R. Smith.
That's a big addition for the Intern Helpers.
As here's Bashir, deep three, didn't get it down. Rattled it in and out. Smith will take it. That's actually that's Kieran Sheard, and then a missed three. Here's Chris Smith, the three, didn't get it off the front of the rim, no good. Pushing the pace and laying it up and in is Jorge Mercado. Here's Braswell working his way inside and didn't get the layup to go.
That's where Braswell was good last time out. He was really good when he was able to get down to the paint. Struggled from three, but wasn't able to come up with the finish there.
As Sheard blocked that dunk attempt by Emegwu. 5-2. WCT leading early on. Here's a play for Bashir. Corner, thought about the three, gives to Emegwu. Here's Pettit after a screen from Emegwu. Here's Bashir. Did so well for Monmouth in the beginning of the year. He's going to try it too. That one denied by Liba. Here's Pettit. Launches for three. Didn't get it. Rebound, Liba doing it all on the defensive end of the floor. Here's Braswell.
I think this type of league is going to be perfect for Bashir to showcase his talents because, as we know, is a great shooter. Shot almost 40% for the Hawks last year. But the one thing he kind of struggled with was defense. And in this league, there's not too much defense.
Nope.
So this could be the perfect league for him to showcase his true offensive ability.
As that shot from Amari Hester doesn't go. Liba the rebound, he gets it to Braswell, who missed the two, and Pettit the rebound. Pettit running the floor, coast to coast, laying it up. High layup doesn't go. Rebounded by Braswell, and here is Isaac Hester, who had himself a night for Intern Helpers in their first game. Braswell and him both scoring 40. Braswell, mid-range, got it. No, he didn't. Thought that went down, but it did not. And here's Bashir. He can really shoot it from anywhere. Tries a step-back three. He got it. I told you in our little pregame conversation that he would score 30 tonight. He's got 6 in the first 4 minutes.
I definitely think that he'll have the volume to score 30. Definitely think they'll be trying to get him as many shots as possible.
As Hester answers with a three of his own. And it's 8-7. Bashir now he's showing his drive and just missed a layup. But right there for the rebound, and then was fouled on the putback after he missed his first, was Ryan Savoy. And he's got 2 awaiting him at the free throw line.
Savoy, one of the 2 on the floor for WCT to be a returner from last year, him and Ryan Pettit.
Savoy and Pettit did a good job last year. And Quinn Peters will also returning as well. As here's Bashir. Gets a screen from Emegwu. Launches a deep three from the logo off the backboard and then grazed the rim. Didn't go. Here's a three from the corner for Savoy, and it's down.
Good shot there by Savoy. Not really his game. Not really known for the three ball. Usually a wing that runs the floor very well, plays very good defense. But if he's knocking down that three, he'll be pretty dangerous.
As Chris Smith lays it in, and it's 11-9, under 6 to play. Bashir playing some point guard, which is something they might see him do at Monmouth as he splits the defense and lays it in. Abdi Bashir showcasing the offensive ability that had him having a successful freshman year at Monmouth. Here's Chris Smith. Nice pass inside to Braswell, and then it tipped off of him. And they turn it over. Amari Jones, who had a tough night the other night, and Thomas Medigas will check in. As it's WCT Warriors. Possession up 4, 5:25 to play in the first. Bashir gives to Pettit. Pettit, jab step three off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Medigas.
Pettit shouldn't have hesitated there. He had the open shot as soon as he got the feed from Bashir after they doubled off the screen.
And then you look at the other end, beautifully executed by Hester, who doesn't hesitate. He's got his second three ball of the night. Bashir to answer back. Didn't get it to go. Rebounded by Kieran Sheard.
Sheard going to be a huge impact guy for this Intern Helpers team. Scored over 2,000 points at American, was a 3-time first-team all-conference selection. Can really score the ball. Getting a little bit older now, so may have lost that jump that he used to have, but can still score the ball at will, and that talent never goes away.
It does not. We'll take our first break of the night. WCT up by 1. Welcome back to game 1 of this JSBL Monday action. WCT possession. As Bashir, nice pass. And that one was to Tim John Bala. And then a missed shot. Here's Amari Jones trying a three. Didn't get that one to go. Jones doesn't hesitate to put it up as Savoy leaves it for Bashir. Bashir, nice pass to Savoy, and he lays it in.
And that's where Savoy is dangerous, is typically in the right place at the right time. Is a great finisher down low and very strong. The Lakewood High School product. Really good two-way player for WCT.
And Hester answers with his third three of the night.
Tell you what, Danny, he could really shoot it. He really showcased that long-range ability. Was efficient the last time as well. And is off to a quick start now as well.
Nice shot from the mid-range from John Bala, and it's 17-15. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Hester as he missed a layup there. Contact played through it. Savoy leaves for Bashir, who tries another three. No good. And the rebound by Kieran Sheard. Also on the floor, Andre Wells played at ACI Robin's Nest last year as a three from Chris Smith. Nothing but net. And the first lead of the night for the Intern Helpers. Savoy gives to Wells and almost threw it away. Here's Bashir playing against former pro in Louisville standout Chris Smith, and he gets him to turn it over.
John Bala, another guy, number 20 in gray, that played for Robin's Nest last year. So WCT recruiting 2 of them over to their team.
It's always interesting to see what they'll bring because they struggled as a unit last year, but those individual parts can be big, as here's Hester. Gives up top to Medigas. Here's Chris Smith laying it up or was lobbing it up. And then or Jorge Mercado pushed off down low, and then it'll give Josh Peters the opportunity to get his son Quinn in for the first time tonight. So Abdi and Quinn, both Monmouth guys on the floor for the Warriors at the same time tonight. Here's Menegas working on John Bala down low. Good spin, and the shot doesn't go. Wells got the rebound. He'll give it to Bashir. Top of the key three. Transition. Didn't get it to go. Rebound and put back. Perfectly positioned was Tim John Bala, and we're tied at 19.
Really good follow there by John Bala. And overall, just a poor defensive possession by the intern helpers, letting a really good shooter in Bashir pull up with no contest. Lucky he didn't convert from three and didn't box out on John Bala, who's always a threat on the boards.
Bashir misses another three, and then the rebound was by intern helpers, and they'll have it right in front of the WCT bench. They get in Corey Sones, who has the ball now, as well as Justin Serrano. Serrano tried a three, didn't get it to go, and that one was off of Thomas Menegas, who was fighting for the rebound down low. 19-18 WCT leads. As Abdi Bashir has it again. Has the dribble moves on him. Here's Quinn Peters. Here's John Bala. Gives to Bashir. Thought about the three. And then lost it in a steal for Kieran Sheard. Here's Sones laying it up and didn't get it to go. Menegas the rebound. Passes out to Sheard. A long three for him. Off the front of the rim, no good, and then a whistle. And a loose ball foul will go against the intern helpers. 90 seconds to go in quarter number one.
Yeah, when you're giving up as much size like you are Corey Sones right there, definitely under 6 foot, you're going to have to push off a little bit if you want to try and get some rebounds when you don't have good position. And he tried to do so, but a good call by the officials there, catching it.
Wells got the ball knocked out of by Sheard, as here's Bashir. Made Sones and then tries a mid-range, and that one goes for Bashir. And it's 21-18 WCT. 70 seconds to play in this first quarter.
Very low-scoring game for a JSBL game with only a minute left in the first quarter. By now, both teams are typically around 30.
Well, it has been for lack of quality shots as Bashir got the roll. Abdi Bashir's had a nice first quarter, and it's 24-18. It hasn't been for lack of quality shots. It's just they haven't gone in as Sheard to the rim doesn't get it to go. Wells comes soaring in for the rebound. Pass to Bashir. He's had the hot hand the last couple of possessions. Tries a deep step back three. In and out.
Well, it seems Coach Peters is quite okay with Bashir taking the majority of his team shots. He's known as a good shooter. Some of them have not been the greatest of shot selection, but he has had the hot hand, so Coach Peters is going to continue to let him take those shots.
As this one's just a little too far. Intern helpers can push for the final shot. They get it to Menegas. Trying to get it up and in. Amari Jones got it at the buzzer. Will it count? It will. Another buzzer beater, this time a layup, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter with the intern helpers trailing by 4. It's 24-20 WCT. Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. That shot did not count. The PA announcer confused us all as Soames passes. Driving in is Amari Jones, and this one will count. He lays it up and in. Here's Wells. Gives to Mike Goodall back in, who enters for the first time. Bashir, mid-range, pure. The deuce for Bashir, and it's 26-20.
Bashir's got some real big-time scoring talent. Only an ongoing sophomore at Monmouth, too. Really has a chance to be something special in the CAA for the Hawks this upcoming season, and they're going to need it losing Xander Rice as well.
Yes, and someone that is all over Monmouth basketball. This is basically how he played for Monmouth throughout the year. They would let him kind of settle into his offense, and they let him put his shots up. And there were times where he would feed to other people, but when he was in, they wanted him in for a shooting as he takes a three here and didn't get it to go. Rebound, Liba. Lost in the fold of that possession was Amari Jones, has made back-to-back shots, driving in this time, and it won't be his third, but he was blocked. Or no, they're going to say he was fouled.
I don't think they know what's going on right now.
No, and even on the possession to end the first half. Oh, it's going to be jump ball.
Jump ball, interesting.
The ref's a little rusty on a Monday night.
I thought it was either going to be a foul or a travel.
They didn't really make a clear decision or talk as John Bala wins the jump ball. Here's Bashir. Thought about Pauling's going to drive in, lay one up, and it's denied. He gets the ball back and lays it in. That shot was denied by Justin Serrano. So intern helpers have had their fair share of blocks tonight, but that time the ball bounces right back to Bashir, an unlucky bounce. Jones driving, spinning, and a travel. And Ryan Pettit will get back in. Taheen Braswell will check back in as well.
Yeah, I do think Jones lifted the pivot foot there on that play. Coach sat him down right as he turned the ball over.
Bashir hits the three, and the lead up to 9 for WCT. As that three doesn't go. Rebound and a fight for it. It's taken away by Wells. Transition, Bashir to the basket, laying it up. Reverse is good.
What a pass by Andre Wells.
And he was in double coverage, found a way to squeeze it through to Bashir, who put a nice finish as well. And Abdi Bashir might be on the track to 40, let alone 30.
Wells not the biggest guy, but was able to get that pass through for Bashir to finish. And Bashir really just a pure scorer, sitting at 18 points currently. Does not have a rebound, only 1 assist. Is really in there, just shooting the ball, getting his shots up, and being that alpha scorer for WCT.
And he's done it well tonight as it's 33-20, this timeout taken by the intern helpers.
He's almost outscoring the intern helpers on his own.
It's been that good so far tonight, and I'm sure his teammates Jared and Jack are enjoying that. Micah Seaborn, former Monmouth player, alum, is in here as well. Was on those same teams at Monmouth as the great Justin Robinson, someone who plays in this league now at Monmouth on their staff.
Wonder why Seaborn doesn't play in this league.
I think you and I can wonder the same thing because he's still in great shape. He could still probably put up some numbers in this league as well. Bashir getting back down here. Turnaround for Shear. Doesn't go. And WCT in the position to push. Here's Bashir driving to the rim. Got it to go. Abdi Bashir 20. Intern helpers 22. 35-22 overall. As Shear tries another three. Didn't get that one to go. Pettit the rebound.
Shear, known for his three-point shooting ability, has struggled to find his touch thus far.
Good pass inside, and then Amegwa was fouled. And WCT has gotten off to a roaring start in this second, outscoring Intern helpers 11-4. And with the chance to add more is a Megwu, who plays at Cornell's, got 2 at the line, and his shot is pure.
Like you were talking about, Dan, we were talking about it in warm-ups. We were saying, who is that? He was jumping out of the gym, was throwing down windmills, can clearly run the floor well, has really good athleticism. Could be a really good piece for this WCT team.
And he's at one of the better Ivy League schools as well. That Cornell team can play. As here is Chris Smith getting to the rim at will, doesn't get the shot to go. And a Meg with a rebound.
You typically see Yale, Harvard, and Cornell as the big 3
Sometimes
in the Ivy.
Brown.
Brown is usually pretty good as well.
As Pettit launches from downtown, grazed the backboard, and then a Megwu rebounded it, and putback wasn't good, but that one was off of Intern helpers, and WCT retains possession. Bashir will give it to a Megwu, those two. A Megwu having a tough time getting inside. He gives to Pettit up top.
Good D
Pettit.
there by Liba.
Here's Andre Wells slicing through the defense and then was fouled. Wells doesn't have size on anyone on the floor right now, but I don't think that necessarily matters.
Heart over height.
The old saying. There's a very young athletic guard in Andre Wells as his first shot goes. 37-22.
Wells took the same path as current teammate Tim Jambala. Both played at Brookdale and helped lead them to that D3 national championship in 2022-2023. And then they both went to William Patterson the season after that, where he will be a senior, and he's their starting point guard. So you know that he definitely has some talent to him.
As Braswell, the deuce. Here's Bashir. Putting the move, step back 3 in double coverage, doesn't go. A rebound and put back by a Megwu, and Intern helpers having trouble defending the offensive glass. 40-24, WCT, impressive in their first half of the season.
The only real big that the Intern helpers have on the floor right now is Alex Liba. And he's really the only one that's really going for rebounds right now. So
as Braswell made the 3 and was fouled. And then he misses the free throw. Wells steals the ball from him, and here comes WCT. Here's a Megwu to Pettit up top. And then a 3 for a Megwu, doesn't get it to go, and that one was rebounded by Sheard. Sheard to the corner for Braswell, and baited Pettit into bumping him.
yeah, that's why you can't leave your feet defensively. Pettit with a little bit of a lazy closeout, and then he got caught for the bump.
We haven't really seen Isaac Hester since he's made those 3s as he puts up a shot here. If I'm Intern helpers, I'm having Isaac Hester take most of the shots, and that really hasn't happened tonight. Here is a layup and one for Jorge Mercado, and he'll have one more. 15-point lead, exactly halfway through to halftime.
Yeah, the makeup of this Intern helpers roster is pretty strange. I mean, it's obviously a first-year team, so it's going to be a little different getting the chemistry and stuff together, but it's a mix of a bunch of old guys and then a bunch of younger guys as well. You have guys like Hester, a good young and up-and-coming scorer who looked great their last time out. Same with Braswell, plays for Georgian Court, where he played at the Randy School not too long ago with Hester. And then you also have guys like Chris Smith, Saeed Nelson, So just a bunch of guys where it's just been, it's a mix of the roster. So like we talked about the last coming weeks, everybody's going to have to get their touches when it's a bunch of people who are ball-dominant guards, and everybody's been touching the ball, but they haven't been able to put the ball in the basket.
Timeout on the floor will stay right here. As halfway through, it's a 15-point lead still. That's nothing in the JSPL. But you're right, and some rosters have an interesting makeup. I feel like that was Ortho at times last year where they just had so many guards, and then, but Ortho has the right play style.
You guys, he's not going to be here next week. You guys should flip around, switch and play by playing color a little bit. Like next game.
Welcome back as that one goes for Chris Smith. Here's a Megwo backing down. His opponent puts one up, no good. A rebound by Chris Smith. Here is Smith again, backing down. This time Mercado, and then a foul. Savoy picks up the foul. 4:16 to play in this first. Only a 13-point lead. Chris Smith can cut into it. Start at Louisville, younger brother of now pro golfer J.R. Smith.
How crazy is that?
Well, you see it now with Arkansas this year. Monty Harrison, who was an MLB player and is 29 years old, is a freshman receiver for the University of Arkansas. So college eligibility is a weird thing nowadays.
Yeah, Harrison played for the Pirates.
As a deuce for Megwo goes. Here's Chris Smith. Maybe his brother JR plays in the league this year, by the way, as that one was thrown away by Isaac Hester. Here's Savoy. Looked for the pass, then drove. Got it to Mercado, and he missed from two. It'll go back the other way with Sheard. Kieran Sheard.
Sheard came over from Seaview Jeep. Won 2 championships with them in back-to-back years in 2017 and 2018.
And they get an open three for Hester, and he couldn't get it down. And then that one saved right to Hester. Talk about a lucky bounce for the intern helpers. They now trail by 13. Pettit, transition three, and then absolutely bowled over by Thomas Menegas. I don't know about, and I don't know if they do flagrant fouls here, but it seemed pretty flagrant to me.
I think he just kind of tripped over him. Definitely a hard landing for Pettit. Hopefully he's okay, especially since it's a Pro-Am Summer League. You don't want to see anyone getting hurt.
Never.
Especially because all of these guys have careers elsewhere, playing elsewhere typically. But I don't think that was anything intentional.
It was a hard foul, but that's probably all it was. As Pettit missed the first. He's got 2 more. Make it 1, as he's missed both of the free throws. Now, I never played basketball, but having that feeling of if you miss 3 free throws in a row is not a fun one, and he doesn't have to deal with that. He goes 1 for 3 at the line as Hester, dangerous on the offensive end, has the ball now. Under 3 to play. Here's Chris Smith. Bashir leaving a lot of space, and Smith pulls, no good. Rebound, Menegas, but he pushed off down low on Mercado.
Smith has struggled to find his touch thus far. First game back in the JSBL in quite some time. Maybe just
Nerves.
getting some of the rust off, most likely. Smith probably the oldest guy on the floor.
And the bonus now is intern helper, so Mercado has 2 at the line. Remember, this is NBA rules. 5 fouls in a quarter, you shoot 2. And in the case of Mercado, missed the first.
Mercado, a fellow Seton Hall Pirate that I go to school with, was a walk-on last year's team, or excuse me, 2 years ago's team. Wasn't on the team last year, but was known as a guy who could really shoot the ball. And we've seen it a little bit so far for WCT. Has got a nice lefty touch.
He does. Is that King Rice over there? I can't tell if that's him. As here's Bashir, floating one up and missing. That's not King Rice. As here's Hester, floating, getting 45-33. King Rice not in the gym, by the way, as here's a Megwu. Lost it. Hester was going for it, and then Mercado has it now. Takes a 3, makes a 3. Under 2 to play, 15-point lead. Jorge Mercado. Jones inside to Smith. By the way, Smith puts one up and doesn't get it to go. He gets the rebound to Shear. Just to let you know, as Shear fires and misses. Taheen Braswell, who hasn't really played much tonight, scored 40 against Larson Ford. Here's Hester to Smith. Left the gym, and there he walks back in. Maybe hasn't played much, but as there's a 3 and a miss from Amari Jones. Looks like nothing's wrong with Braswell as Savoy, nice shot. Teardrop goes, and it's a 17-point lead, largest lead of the night, approaching a minute to play in the half.
Yeah, the intern helpers are going to have to go on a run to close out this half and at the start of the third quarter if they want a shot to stay in this game. We saw a huge comeback from ACI Robins Nest in their third quarter run when they beat Seaview Jeep. Or excuse me, not Seaview Jeep.
Ortho and J.
Ortho and J, yes. Maybe we could see it from the intern helpers.
As this for Shear, that's a tough shot. Got that one to go, and it's 15. 50 to 35 is Bashir. Baseline J. Oh, that is a tough shot, and to make for Abdi Bashir. You could see the scoring potential with him. Here is Sheard getting to the rim, doesn't get that one to go, and then they're going to push it, or they tried, and then Wild passing. Savoy lands with it, and, oh, he was fouled. No, he made the basket, no foul, and that ends the half with WCT up 19. Strong half for them. We'll regroup, get back to JSBL action in just a moment. 54-35. Welcome back to third quarter action here as WCT up big by 19. Now we saw ACI Robbins Nest go down big the other night and have a big third quarter where they double up Ortho and J 42-21. We'll see what happens here as Isaac Hester dumps inside. Smith spinning, hook shot, doesn't go, rebound, fight for it off of the foot of Kieran Sheard.
Yeah, that's a bunny right there. That's one that you have to make if you're Smith. Can't take any empty possessions when you're down this many points.
As Savoy transition three, airballed it right to Bashir. Another case of intern helpers failing to box out. As a turnover here, here's Chris Sheard actually. And a bump and a whistle. Reminder, game two between, it's going to be a good one, ACI Robbins Nest and RKE Athletic.
Two teams who have really upgraded.
Collins going to lead RKE like he did last year as that one goes for Chris Smith. And then Jared Valencia is another huge addition for ACI Robbins Nest. He'll be playing alongside Sam Fagan, former Manasquan High School alum.
Sam went to Neptune.
Yeah, that's an embarrassing part. That's embarrassing for me, honestly. Sam, Neptune alum, local anyway.
Played for his dad. That's why he went to Neptune.
As Bashir was fouled on the shot attempt. But so Joe coaches at Neptune, honestly. Sam is from Manasquan, right?
Sam is from Wall.
Okay.
But like Wall, Manasquan, like one of my cousins, he's from Manasquan but went to Wall. So like you can live in Manasquan and still like be regionally like supposed to go to Wall High School, which could be the case with Sam. I'm not 100% sure.
As Bashir splits a pair at the line, 54 or 55-37.
But yeah, that should be a really good game. But should be interesting. Coach Fagan, the coach for ACI Robbins Nest, coached me, Jack, Sam, Andrew Solomon, who's the Monmouth men's basketball manager, but knows all of us very well. Going to be coaching against Jack, and will be coaching with Sam. So cool matchup with a bunch of familiar faces.
Now, my interesting thing is I don't think it happens, but I would be interested to see if Jack guards Jarrett, because those are two of the best defensive players in the CAA. Jarrett, as a freshman last year, made the all-defensive team.
Yeah, they've got a lot of young talent in West Long Branch. You have Bashir, who was a freshman, Valencia, another underclassman.
Just don't look now, but the intern helpers have cut it to 14 with 8:03 to play in the third. Delay game warning assessed to the intern helpers as a three for Chris Smith. Got that one to go, and it's 55-44. As Bashir at 27 right now. Drive, splits, blocked by Chris Smith. Here's a three for Hester off the side of the rim, no good. Shot was short, gets it to Smith. Smith lobbing it down low. Liba was fouled on the block attempt by WCT.
Great over-the-top pass there from Smith to Liba. Liba, an athletic big who's good at finishing above the rim. WCT doesn't really have a true big in right now to handle Liba.
As that shot from the line goes, and it's a 10-point game. It was 54-30 or 54-35 at the half. It's a 10-1 run to start the second for WCT, or intern helpers, excuse me, and then a jump ball. So whatever head coach of intern said at the break, I believe it's Terry Hicks. And it's worked so far. Basketball game of runs, and that's just one of the parts we miss about the JSBL is there's some perspiration on the floor. Normally it would be a 30-second wait until our favorite floor manager, Liam, came out and swept away all the perspiration, but Liam no longer with us in the JSBL.
May he rest in peace.
Now, why would you say that? Seriously. He's still alive.
No, I know. I'm just saying with the league.
That's crazy. This is the kind of stuff you get from us. This is why you got to tune in.
Do you like the rule with the jump ball with the NBA rules?
As there's a 3 for Hester. I do. I like both. I think both annoy me in situations where they shouldn't. Like I like when it's for both teams. As Amegwo answers, and it's a 10-point game again. Ending a 13-1 run by the intern helpers to get themselves back into it a little bit. And a whistle.
Yeah, definitely some contact there.
Now let me pose you the question as they go to the line. Or no, it's going to be a side out. Do you like, what rule do you like better? What do you prefer?
I actually prefer the possession arrow.
I do as well.
I think with, like if you have a jump ball where it's a point guard and a center who get tied up, I mean, it's just not fair to the point guard who did a great job fighting for that loose ball with someone a lot bigger than him, and then he's obviously going to lose it when you're going up against a center. So I like the possession arrow. I think it's fair.
As a long 3 for Chris Smith goes, and he's gotten hot in the second half. Bashir only 1 point, and he gives to the corner. Savoy shot fake drives, gives up top, a 3 for Mercado. Got it. So intern helpers have answered with some threes, but have been answered right back by WCT as Chris Smith just missed the shot. And then a bump. A bad foul by Hester.
Honestly, I think that was a good foul by Hester because he had numbers. There were 3 WCT Warriors down the floor with no intern helpers back to help. So maybe a good foul to save the easy layup. Only a 10-point lead. I think you can afford a foul here.
You know what? You're not wrong. And then a whistle. As they put a fresh 24 on the shot clock. Didn't quite know what happened there, as Wells has it here. Gives to Bashir. Step back 2, didn't get it to go. Long rebound, Karam's out to Jones. Here's Hester inside, finishing the layup.
Great outlet pass there by Jones to Hester. Now we've got a ball game, very similar format to how it went.
And Amegwu right back with the 3.
Very similar format to how it went with that Ortho NJ ACI Robins Nest game.
As Sheard fouled. I tell you what, you haven't seen the highlight from Amegwu, but very good at all ends of the floor. Has been good defensively. Has made some big threes here in this third quarter to keep the lead at, kind of keep intern helpers at bay as Sheard goes to the line for 2. And we haven't been yet to see, and that's something that I'll use Jarrett Valencia as an example because he'll be playing later tonight as this first one goes for Sheard. As the year went along, he started to make more and more three-pointers, which made him even all the more dangerous as easy like stealing candy from a baby for the line for Sheard. Oh, wide open in the corner. Quinn Peters for 3. Doesn't get much easier than that. Good find from Bashir, and the lead's back up to 12.
Yeah, that's just way too easy right there. Can't give that much space to anyone in this league, and they'll make you pay.
As Sheard tried to answer right back and didn't get the 3 to go. Looks like it's in a foul. It's another foul on Amegwu. That's the third foul of the quarter for Amegwu and the 5th team overall. So that means free throws for Menegas and doesn't get the first one. Both teams struggling from the free throw line in that first half.
Again, another reminder that it is NBA rules, so it's 6 personal fouls to foul out, not 5. So Amegwu still does have a few to give.
As Bashir off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound out to Savoy, who has it in the corner. Backing in, Amari Jones. Gives to Wells, who lays it up, no good, too short. And here come the intern helpers. Sheard cutting through 2, slicing through to the rim.
Sheard had no numbers there, but just one man to beat. It was a 1v1, and he did a great job making a good move to the hoop.
As Savoy feeds for Wells, and Wells lays it in. 69-57. WCT looking for their first win in their first game. WCT's done a good job against Hester tonight. And watch him make a shot as I say that, and he lost it. It'll stay with the intern helpers as we have immediate timeout. 12-point game here in the Manasquan High School gym. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the JSBL. 4:29 to play here in this third quarter. Here's Braswell back in, putting one up, and no good. Rebounded by Smith. Here's Amari Jones. Seems to take the shots when he gets the ball and misses. Ball pinballing around and ends in the hands of Wells. Wells has got to get it through 2. Still getting pressured, got that ball tipped, and he gets it to Amegwu and was out of bounds.
Great trap there from Jones and Braswell. Knowing that they had the smaller Wells with the ball, great job of trapping him in that corner and making it difficult for him to get a pass off to retain possession with a chance here to cut it to single digits.
And they get it to the guy that's been playing well in this third, Chris Smith. Turnaround Jay, rattled out. Braswell the rebound. He tries along 2, airballed it. And here's Savoy trying to push coast to coast.
Bad shot selection there from Braswell.
Here's Bashir, open 3, didn't get it. Braswell the rebound. It feels like that's kind of been what's done intern helpers in today, as that's a good shot, but no finish from Braswell. Here's Wells to Bashir, driving along the baseline. He's going to kick out, and a easy dunk here for Smithy. Lays it in after the turnover by WCT. 10-point game. Intern helpers has played a lot better in this third as a Amegwu whistle. Not sure what it was. And John Bala and Pettit will check back in. But I pointed out, and I want to see what you have to say about this, because I think it's kind of been, the shot selection at times for intern helpers tonight has been very questionable, to say the least.
I think you see that a lot in this league. It's a lot of guys who are just known to be great scorers, so they hunt their shot. So at times you're going to see 4 shots. But I think I think both ways there's been questionable shot selection. But, yeah, particularly for the intern helpers. And I think that's why they've dug themselves into this deep of a hole, just like that shot selection there from Smith.
You're right, as Savoy dove right in to the bleachers trying to save that one and after the turnover. Well, specifically the two that have had questionable shot selections in both of their games have been Amari Jones and Taheen Braswell. Both can score. There's no doubt about that, but it's just a matter of being able to get the right shots.
Braswell was limited a lot in the second quarter. Not sure if it was injury or what it was, but when he came back out onto the floor, seemed he was hunting his shot a little bit, but you could tell that his presence was missed a lot, as his athleticism enough is just so impactful on both ends for the intern helpers.
As this one wasn't quite saved by Bashir. Corey Sones will check back in for Liba or Menegas. So intern helpers going small, very small on the floor right now as Shear to the rim, blocked by John Bala, and a travel by Bashir. And Isaac Hester will check in for Chris Smith. Hester hasn't been as effective as we thought he would be. Still efficient, but he led them in scoring at the half, and you'd like to see him take more shots because of how good he's been with the shots that he's taken.
Yeah, I mean, going into the quarter was shooting 50%, which if you shoot 50% for your career, whether it's behind the arc or just in general, if it's not really just layups, you're a Hall of Famer. I mean, as long as you're putting up good numbers. But Hester in the first game put up 40+ and was efficient.
He was, and Amari Jones fouled here. The other thing about Jones is the moment he gets the ball, you know where it's going. It's going towards the rim. He's yet to really pass it when he's gotten the ball, and that's the mark of a scorer. You know, most scorers in this league are going to want to do that, but when you're down 12, you should be looking to get the best shot possible. Maybe not that one, but he ends up getting a foul and then misses the first free throw. Jones is a good player, but it's tough when you have a bunch of ball-dominant players on one team, as you kind of saw with Mensa and Larson Ford last year, and why Mensa's done so good on Ortho is that he's been able to be kind of a contrarian to what they do so well, which is shoot the three, as Bashir has it here. All the way to the corner for Savoy. Up top, Mercado a three too strong, off the back of the rim, and then Pettit, nice feed inside of John Ball, and then a whistle on Amari Jones.
Really good feed there from Pettit, down low to John Bala.
Jared Kimbrough is about to walk into your shot. He's playing in game 2 tonight.
Was the player of the game in game 1, helped mount that second half comeback against Ortho, New Jersey for ACI Robin's Nest.
And it really wasn't much of a question on who the player of the game was with how good he was.
We talked about him in the post game. Told us that he wanted to go play for ACI Robin's Nest because Coach Fagan was coaching. That's his former high school coach, is Kimbrough, a Neptune High School alum, before he played at Hartford in Connecticut.
Jones a three off the front of the rim, no good. Bashir pushing, Savoy, ooh, he overthrew it. Mercado from the block, building it. And it's 74-60. Hester, the answer, too strong. Bashir's got a man to beat, drive, flips one up, and no good. Rebound came from a soaring Savoy. A three for Mercado, too strong. Rebound, Savoy. Tried to feed it inside in some good hands by Intern. Knocked it away. And for all the good that the Intern helpers did in the first about 2 minutes and change in that third quarter, the lead's back to 14 as Bashir has it here. Has it from the logo. Works. A three for Bashir. No good. Rebound. It doesn't go for Mercado, and then the shot clock buzzed down. Here's Sheard driving. Didn't get it to go. Rebound by Savoy. Savoy a little too strong for Bashir, and he couldn't handle it. RKE Athletic will be playing later tonight alongside ACI Robin's Nest, who had maybe the surprise of the week last week with a win over last year's runner-up, Ortho J.
I believe I see Larry Smith in the stands. Doesn't appear to be suited up, but last year a great contributor for that championship Stearns trailer team. We were surprised when he wasn't on a roster this year.
He's on ACI Robin's Nest now. There's a layup by John Bala to extend the lead to 16 as we go to the fourth. It's been a strong 3 quarters here for WCT. They're looking to close in on their first win of the year. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter here at JSBL. Dan Yuzerski, David Smith. As we got 10 more minutes and then game 2. WCT playing a strong game as the Intern helpers have kind of struggled tonight to get really anything consistently going offensively as Bashir called it. 30 points for him.
Think they're going to live and die by the long ball of Bashir. Some of these threes that he's taken and making have been very questionable, to say the least. But, I mean, if he's making them and you're winning right now, you will take it. However, there's going to be times, because these are tough shots, where they're not falling for him, and they're going to have to find another way of scoring the ball when he's not hitting them.
You're right, and Bashir's taken 33 shots now tonight. He's made 12 of them. So the efficiency not quite there for Mabdi, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Chris Smith was fouled. Smith has played well, and then Hester as well. Those two, Hester very efficient, 20 points, 8 of 16 from the field. Hester and Smith, 8 of 19. He's got 19 points tonight. Here's Bashir getting tough. Jammed by Hester. And what do they call?
Push off, it looks like. I mean, oh, no, a carry.
So a turnover from Abdi. It'll be Intern helpers ball. Here's Chris Smith. Gives to Amari Jones. I think that might be the first time he's passed all night. As Smith, 3, tough shot, and that one doesn't go.
Yeah, not a great shot there from Smith. As you see him saying, "my bad," the way he's bumping his chest. But a lot of questionable shots, not just from Smith, but from a lot of the intern helpers squad today.
As a Megwu a 3, he's had himself a night. Now 14 points for Ian Megwu in his JSBL debut. But there's a difference as 2 possessions as Jones fires and makes. High percentage shot there. But those are the shots that you need to be taking, and that's kind of the way Amegwu's operated all night as Bashir. Good feed down low to Savoy. Good hands from Intern. Another 3 for Amegwu, too strong off the side of the rim. And here's Liba down low, fouled. You haven't seen much of Alex Liba tonight.
You heard that smack from all the way up here.
That you're gonna be feeling that one a little bit tomorrow.
We have a headset on, and you can we could hear that.
We felt
smack.
that from here.
Yeah.
I got a little pain from that one. As Liba goes to the line for 2. Surprised that he hasn't played a lot tonight as he misses the first one. Braswell subs back in for Justin Serrano. The only guy to play all 30 tonight is Kieran Sheard. And Liba misses a pair at the line. Kind of shocked Hester hasn't played. He's only played 20 minutes going into the start. As here's Bashir. The moves, the 3, the make. Abdi Bashir has the lead up to 20 for the first time for WCT.
What a talent he is. Bashir can really shoot the ball. Going to be a weapon for this WCT team.
As Liba, tough shot, doesn't get it to go. Good hands inside by Hester, and then he's fouled. Yeah, and this is what you could see from Abdi Bashir in his first freshman year at Monmouth. And there were really good moments for Abdi and bad moments, as most freshmen have. And if he could be more consistent from the field this year, Monmouth has himself a really good player.
Well, I think you could see it with the way he plays. I think it's all going to come down to shot selection. I mean, everybody has good and bad shooting nights. But in order to limit more of those bad shooting nights, you have to play within yourself and not hunt that shot. When you're a good shooter like Bashir is, you got to shoot within rhythm. Make sure you're coming off screens because you know they're going to run plays for him because he's got a great shot. But you can't be taking some of these tough shots off the dribble that he's taken tonight consistently and expect to shoot at a high clip.
And there's a layup for Jorge Mercado. He's played well tonight. Someone that maybe Seton Hall will get an extended look at. That's a tough shot. I think that one was deflected, and then Hester misses the putback. Has another chance, missed that one. Liba's putback doesn't go. And finally, this one's rebounded by Ian Megwu. Looks like there's a lid on the basket as Mercado gets the roll. That's not an offensive possession, the previous one for intern helpers, that you're going to be very happy about. And then a timeout by intern helpers. And you know what this really seems like to me? As you see Jack Collins and Abdi Bashir dapping each other up. A team that hasn't played together at all.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, they had a short bench last week. This week, a little bit of a bigger bench, but a lot of new guys. The only returners from that team last week are Braswell, Hester, Jones, Liba, and Menegas. Menegas, a guy who barely played last week. So it was that core 4 who have all played a lot. But then you have to mix in Kieran Sheard, Chris Smith, and Serrano. Smith and Sheard, 2 guys that you knew coming in were going to be touching the ball a lot, getting a lot of shots with their history. Chris Smith, a former professional. Sheard, a guy at CVU Jeep who won 2 championships here. He's been in this league, knows what it's like. So I think it's messing up the chemistry a little bit.
You're certainly right about that. as it'll be Intern possession. 19 to shoot, under 7 to play in the ball game. Intern helpers, if they're going to come back, they got to start it now. They're down 22, only scoring 67 points through 33 minutes of game action as Liba missed a shot. Here's Pettit pushing the pace, laying it up and in, going coast to coast.
It's been a rough couple of defensive possessions for the Intern helpers, letting them get out in transition, not getting back on defense, and overall just lazy defense, not playing physical. Got to do a better job on that side. Got to get some stops if you want to mount a comeback.
As here's Savoy, another lazy offensive possession as well. Savoy right by Liba and one. Oh, good move by Savoy, and the lead is now up to 26.
Yeah, the Intern helpers going into the second half showed some life, went on a little bit of a run, but then have kind of just fallen flat, especially defensively. Have put up some questionable shots on the offensive end, but have just not been able to get any stops on the defensive end.
And 67 points as Braswell misses again. Here's a shot from Sheard, and he hits a three. 70 points in 34 minutes is not something that you're used to seeing from a team in the JSBL. As Bashir, tough shot, and rolls and hits every part of the rim and then goes down. And it's 96-70. Here's Jones. Finds Sheard, another three rattled out. And they push. And a bad decision, they turn it over. Sheard was back and played the defensive ball hawk position.
See, Bashir is just so tuned out on the defensive end after getting this lead. You see him just clapping in people's faces instead of trying to get a closeout for the past 3 possessions.
As Pettit, an open look from 3, doesn't get it. Hester the rebound. You're right, as Abdi and really a lot of the JSPL at times goes into this no defense mode. There's a good cut from Braswell. That might be the best possession we've seen out of the Intern helpers tonight.
Yeah, good things happen when you move the ball, move without the ball.
As this one doesn't go from Mercado. Here's Braswell laying it up and in. And the lead down to 19. So 7 quick points for the Intern helpers. We're under 5 to go. And game 1 is a 3 for a Megwu off the mark. Braswell to Jones. A 3 for Jones, no good. Rebound. Braswell right by WCT. And it's a 15-point game, and Joe Fagan, or excuse me, Josh Peters, not liking what he sees, he'll call timeout. Well, Intern helpers now only down by 15. Can they come back? We'll see right after 9. As this shot from Savoy is blocked by Hester. Another good possession defensively for the Intern helpers as that shot from Shear doesn't go. The tip, no good as well. And here's Bashir, transition 3, boom. Maybe the exclamation point is the lead's back up to 20.
Bashir had numbers there. Believe it was a Megwu who was running with him in transition, decided to take the 3 instead. That's something a true shooter does, shooting with confidence right now.
As Savoy slams it down, and a 3 for Manigas, no good. Coming in for the rebounds, Pettit. Oh, what a feed, and then Megwu couldn't finish. Did you see that no-look pass?
That was a very good pass.
And then the finish for the Intern helpers on the other end, 101-81. I've been impressed with Ryan Pettit tonight.
Pettit's a guy who every team needs. Is very unselfish, looks to get others involved. Started a few games at Lafayette last year, a Division I program.
As that layup goes for Braswell. Bashir thought about the three and is going to take it here and miss. No good. Rebound Braswell. Approaching 2:30 to play in the fourth. Braswell, a three, no good. Rebounded by Megwu. And here's Bashir. Dribble to the corner, so WCT thought they were in clock burning mode, and then Bashir pulls on a three. No good. Megwu the rebound, spinning in, laying it up and in.
Yeah, both these teams kind of look like they're giving up.
Both just going through the motions. As we approach 2 to play. Pettit the steal. Good pass to Bashir, who lobs it up. Oh! Savoy! The exclamation point. And then the layup by Braswell goes. I tell you what, when you have the opportunity to put a highlight in, you do it. And that's what Abdi Bashir and Ryan Savoy just did, as Bashir reverse goes. It's 107-85. Hester. And a three for Braswell, no good. Pettit comes in for the rebound, and timeout taken by WCT.
Looks like this will just be a substitution timeout. Getting in the guys that maybe don't get as much burn. See Goodall and Peters check in along with John Bala. But a statement win for WCT against an Intern Helpers team that put up a fight last week.
They did, and that could be because Larson was kind of playing with their food for a lot of that game, but interesting that this Intern Helpers team, obviously a work in progress, and they got 6 more games to play with. Let's see how they grow as Hester, a three, got it. He's been impressive, but really hasn't taken the shots that he took the other night. As here's Wells working on Hester, laying it up and in.
Such smooth footwork there from Wells. Stopped himself in the middle of that Euro step to get space from the defender to lay it up and in. Really experienced move from such a young guy.
Hester missed on the three. Here's Wells again. Oh, tried to lay in the slam, and here's Menegas. Two-handed flush. Menegas maybe is. Here's Wells, and WCT content to just dribble out their first win of the year. They are 1 for 1. They're now 1-0 on this young season, and they defeat the Intern Helpers by a score of 109-90.
You as well.
No, I'm Smith. That's my.
Strong game for WCT. They improved to 1-0. David will be with our star of the game after game 1, and then we'll have game 2 for you in about 15 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm here with tonight's star of the game, someone I'm going to get to talk to a lot over the air while he's at Monmouth, Abdi Bashir. Abdi, 40 points tonight. How'd that feel in your first night at the JSBL?
It was good. I didn't shoot as good as I wanted to, but you know, some shots didn't fall that I usually make. So, I mean, I should have shot way better, but I mean, we got the W. We won by a lot, so you know, I'm happy. As long as my team gets the dub and I make some shots, I'm all right. You know.
Going into year 2 at Monmouth, expected to have an expanded role. How excited are you to get back to playing in the Ocean First Bank Center?
Oh man, I'm really excited. I love the family. We had some fans out here today. You know, Monmouth family. They accepted me when I was a young kid. They like the way I play. They bring energy to the games every time. So I'm excited. We got a new team, a lot of new faces, but I'm excited, man. We got a lot of dogs. We got a lot of workers. You know, Jared's about to play next. Jack Collins about to play next. So we got some guys out here that really want to play ball and want to work. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for this year's team.
Now, you've been a busy man this summer. Just got back from Italy. Can you talk a little bit about how that trip was?
Yeah, it was a great trip. Like basketball-wise, it was a great trip. We went 3-0. You know, I had a couple good games. We played well. We all gelled together really well, being our first time playing together. But just off the court, like seeing a different country for the first time, it's really eye-opening. It makes you appreciate things more. It makes us know how privileged we are to be in such a blessed country and have a blessed opportunity here and play basketball in a blessed environment. So it makes you appreciate life a little bit better. But it was a great trip overall.
All right, I got to ask you before you go. Game 2 tonight, Abdi, Jack versus Jarrett. Who do you think's got the edge in Game 2?
Oh man, I can't answer that. I can't put my guys up there, man. I hope they both play well. You know, Jack's gonna do what Jack does. Jared, we're gonna see how he does, man. But I can't pick that. I can't do that.
Are you expecting them to 1v1 at all?
Yeah, nah, they're gonna go at each other for sure. I got them going at each other a couple times. You know, I got Jared blocking them a couple times. I got JC making some shots on them a couple times. We'll see how it go though.
All right, Abdi Bashir, the star of game number 1, 40 points, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Abdi, great game.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys.
That's it for game 1. We'll be right back with game number 2.